Fatal accident on Cove and John Public Road. A tragic accident on the Cove and John Public Road claimed the life of Kevin Ned, a 31-year-old resident of Golden Grove, East Coast, Demerara. The incident occurred at approximately 7:55 HRS on September 15, 2025, and involved multiple vehicles. According to police reports, the accident involved motorcar #PAL 8365, owned and driven by a 40-year-old man from Haslington, motor lorry #GAC 5625, driven by a 49-year-old man from Vigilance, and motorcycle #CM 3708, operated by 21-year-old Emmanuel Elias from Victoria, who had Ned as a pillion rider. Preliminary investigations revealed that motorcar #PAL 8365 was traveling west along the southern driving lane when the motorcycle, moving at a high speed from behind, crashed into the back of the car. The impact caused both the motorcyclist and Ned to be flung onto the northern driving lane, where they sustained serious injuries. Emergency services quickly arrived and transported both individuals to the Enmore Regional Hospital. Sadly, Kevin Ned was pronounced dead upon arrival, while Emmanuel Elias received treatment and was subsequently discharged. Charges filed against motorcyclist. In connection with the incident, Emmanuel Elias has been charged with several offenses, including causing death by dangerous driving, unlicensed driver, uninsured motor vehicle, uncertified motor vehicle, unlicensed motor vehicle. Elias appeared before His Worship Sunil Scarce at the Vigilance Magistrate's Court. While he was not required to plead to the charge of causing death by dangerous driving, he entered a plea of not guilty. The court granted bail in the sum of $200,000, with the case adjourned to November 25, 2025, for further reports and statements. Elias pleaded guilty to the other charges and received fines as follows. Unlicensed driver, $40,000. Uninsured motor vehicle, $40,000. Uncertified motor vehicle, $10,000. Unlicensed motor vehicle, $20,000. The community mourns the loss of Kevin Ned, and further investigations into the accident are ongoing. Incoming APNU parliamentary leader Dr. Terence Campbell advocates for opposition unity. News source Guyana reports. Dr. Terence Campbell, the incoming parliamentary leader for the A Partnership for National Unity, APNU, emphasized the importance of collaboration among opposition parties in the National Assembly to effectively hold the government accountable. In an interview scheduled to air this Sunday on Sources, Dr. Campbell highlighted the necessity for the three opposition parties to unite on significant national issues. He specifically pointed to electoral reform as a priority area for joint action. "We are going to talk about elections, we are going to talk about electoral reform," Dr. Campbell stated. "In electoral reform, we will discuss key elements like biometrics and access to media. I believe that electoral reform is an important issue that the entire opposition should come together on." Despite the potential lack of cooperation from the Win Party and Forward Guyana movement, Dr. Campbell assured that APNU members of Parliament will remain a determined force in the House, even with their reduced number of seats. He expressed confidence that MPs are preparing to advocate for national issues vigorously. "If there is any attempt by the government to derail our agenda, we will amplify our positions using various platforms outside of the Assembly," he said. "Members of Parliament must utilize their standing to push the government. If we are not gaining traction on our legislative agenda within the House, we will engage the public to explain our objectives and how they benefit the nation." On foreign policy, particularly regarding Venezuela, Dr. Campbell reiterated APNU's commitment to working collaboratively with both the government and other opposition parties to protect Guyana's territorial integrity. He firmly stated, "Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity are non-negotiable." As APNU prepares to enter the National Assembly, Dr. Campbell's vision emphasizes unity and proactive engagement to address pressing national issues and safeguard the interests of the Guyanese people.
Build smarter with Blueprint Trio Solutions. Looking to design your dream home or streamline your building approvals? We've got you covered. Our services: drawing of house plans, stylish, functional, and approval-ready plans tailored to your needs and budget. CH&PA single window uploads, fast, accurate, and compliant submissions to avoid costly delays. Consultations, expert guidance on zoning, regulations, and feasibility, helping you build with confidence. Expert plans, seamless submissions, trusted service. Contact us today at +592 678 6887 or email at blueprinttriosolutions@gmail.com. Let's turn your vision into reality. Start your project the smart way with Blueprint Trio Solutions.
Man fined for assaulting child's mother. A 42-year-old man, Zaphanoth Peters, was fined $25,000 for assaulting the mother of his child, Tamara Alexander. The ruling was made at the Georgetown Magistrate's Court by Magistrate Fabio Azor, where Peters pleaded guilty to the charge. The incident occurred on September 11, 2025, at John Street, Georgetown. In his defense, Peters stated that he did not intend to hit Alexander, claiming that her comments provoked him. He also mentioned that he ended their relationship after discovering her infidelity and expressed frustration over her continued contact and online torment, including posting photos of him with his new girlfriend. The prosecutor confirmed that Peters has no other legal issues pending. Magistrate Azor imposed a fine of $25,000, with a default option of 1 month's imprisonment. Sophia man pleads guilty to murder of girlfriend. Big Smith News Watch reports, Lyndon Benjamin, a 25-year-old resident of Sophia, has pleaded guilty to the murder of his girlfriend, 31-year-old Lisa Lucille George, who was brutally stabbed 25 times during an attack in April 2023. Appearing before Justice Priscilla Chandrahanif at the High Court in Demerara, Benjamin, represented by attorney Beulah Williams, admitted to the capital offense. He is scheduled to be sentenced on October 27th. During the proceedings, the prosecution detailed that George's teenage son heard her cries of, "I gone dead," and witnessed Benjamin attacking her with 2 knives at her home on April 26, 2023. Relatives rushed to her aid but were too late, as she succumbed to her injuries at the scene. A post-mortem examination revealed that one of the stab wounds pierced George's chest cavity and severed her aorta, causing fatal blood loss. Benjamin was arrested at the scene shortly after the incident. The couple had been together for about 7 months. Former policemen arraigned for conspiracy to commit murder. Big Smith News Watch reports, Leon Lindo, a former policeman, appeared before Justice Simone Morris at the High Court in Demerara on Monday, facing charges of conspiracy to commit murder. He is accused of plotting with Lennox Wayne, known as Two Colors, to kill prominent businessman Mohammed Farid Khan, owner of MFK Trading. Lindo entered a firm plea of not guilty when the indictment was read, and his trial is currently ongoing. He is represented by attorney Dexter Todd, while State Counsel Padma Dubraj is prosecuting the case. The charge is linked to one of the most shocking murder cases in Guyana's recent history. In September 2014, Khan's decapitated body was discovered in Cummings Lodge, East Coast Demerara, showing severe mutilations. His remains included a severed leg and a head found stuffed in a plastic bag. Lindo was initially charged in May 2015 and was committed to stand trial in January 2017 after a magistrate determined that a prima facie case had been established. He has been on cash bail while awaiting the trial's outcome.
This is Antonio from Antonio Tours to Brazil. On the 1st, we have a tour heading to Manaus. So the price is 180,000 Guyana dollars. That includes hotel accommodation for 6 nights in Brazil and tour guide to take you around into Manaus, different sites, and transportation. Lunch and dinner you guys will have to purchase, but we will provide breakfast for everyone. Food is very cheap in Brazil. This is the 3rd state that we are going into Manaus, into Brazil, and this is part of the Amazon. This is deeper into the Amazon, into Brazil. Beautiful sceneries, beautiful sights, very warm and hospitality that we get from the Brazilian people. I mean, I love to promote, Antonio Tours love to promote Brazil because Brazil have a lot to offer our Guyanese people. Take the chance, go, experience, enjoy yourself on Antonio Tours into Manaus. Everyone, give us a call. 622-6220 on WhatsApp. Give us a call on WhatsApp. Alright? This is Antonio Tours. Take care, everybody.
Justice Kissoon recuses himself from GTU contempt case. News source reports, Justice Sandal Kissoon has recused himself from the contempt case brought by the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, and the Guyana Trades Union Congress, GTUC, against several government officials, including Attorney General Anil Nanlal and Minister of Finance Dr. Ashni Singh. The unions are seeking prosecution for the failure to deduct and remit union dues to teachers as mandated by a high court decision. During Wednesday's hearing, Justice Kissoon announced his recusal and referred the matter to Acting Chief Justice Navindra Singh. This decision followed objections from the Attorney General, who argued that Kissoon should not oversee both the contempt application and a motion to strike it out due to concerns about natural justice. The Acting Chief Justice will determine whether to take on the case, return it to Justice Kissoon, or assign it to another judge. Over a year ago, Justice Kissoon ordered the government to stop withholding teachers' salaries during a strike and to resume the deduction of union dues. The GTU and GTUC claim that various officials, including regional executive officers, have failed to comply with these orders, characterizing their actions as a deliberate defiance of the court. They argue this undermines the rule of law and the constitutional rights of union members, warranting strong judicial sanctions. Magistrate criticizes Guyana police force over misleading statement in acid attack case. Magistrate Faith McGusty publicly criticized the Guyana police force, GPF, on Thursday for issuing what she deemed a misleading statement regarding her decision to grant bail in a high-profile acid attack case. At the start of court proceedings, McGusty expressed her surprise at both the tone and content of the police release, stating that it misrepresented the events that unfolded in her courtroom. I wish to indicate that it seems that the Guyana police force received erroneous information, she remarked. The force would be better served having someone appear before the court so that they could have the correct information. The magistrate emphasized the importance of conducting thorough investigations and ensuring that all information presented to the court is accurately filtered through prosecutors. I saw things in that statement that were never told to me in court, and yet it seems like it was trial by public opinion, she stated firmly. I do not have trials by public opinion. In response to the incident, McGusty announced that all proceedings before her will now be recorded to prevent future misrepresentations. I am determined that each and every prosecutor, when matters are brought before the court, I will have a recording done so that no one can misinterpret what was said or what happened in court, she declared. The comments come after the police criticized McGusty for granting $500,000 bail to Karen Daniels, who is charged with dousing two women, Jalisha Leach and Nirmala Sukraj, with corrosive fluid during an attack in Georgetown on September 3rd. According to the police, Daniels was first remanded on September 16th but was granted bail the following day, despite strong objections from prosecutors. The objections were based on the existence of a video-recorded confession and the serious medical condition of one of the victims, who has lost sight in one eye and suffered permanent facial disfigurement. The police also highlighted a history of conflict between Daniels and one of the women, along with her urgent pleas for justice from her hospital bed. They argued that these factors, coupled with the broader issue of violence against women in Guyana, should significantly influence bail considerations. While the police described the court's ruling as a setback, they vowed to continue pressing for justice and intensifying efforts to combat violence against women in the country. ExxonMobil Guyana highlights local investment and workforce development. News source reports, ExxonMobil Guyana, now headquartered in Ogle, has announced that it and its contractors have spent over $2.9 billion with Guyanese businesses since 2015, including $419 million in the first half of this year, with around 1,800 local vendors. The company emphasized its commitment to local content development through investments in businesses, workforce training, and community initiatives. As of mid-2025, over 6,200 Guyanese are employed by ExxonMobil and its contractors, comprising 70% of the workforce, with 1 in 3 employees being women. Alastair Routledge, president of ExxonMobil Guyana, stated, "Seeing more Guyanese take on key roles in the oil and gas industry is a clear sign that our commitment to capacity building is working." The company reported that local employees have received over 370,000 hours of training in various areas. ExxonMobil's internship program is also proving successful, with 5 interns from the inaugural class hired by the company. The current program continues to provide career opportunities for young professionals. This year marked a significant milestone with the launch of in-country fabrication services at the Vrede en Hoop Shore Base Incorporated, VASI, enhancing local industrial capabilities. Additionally, ExxonMobil, along with its co-venturers and the government, will support the Guyana Technical Training College Incorporated, GTTCI, as it prepares to train its first cohort of students starting in October 2025. Scotiabank Guyana named Best Digital Bank of 2025. Scotiabank Guyana has been awarded the title of Best Digital Bank of 2025 at the Global Finance Best Digital Bank Awards. The bank received 3 prestigious accolades: Best Corporate/Institutional Digital Bank, Best Consumer Digital Bank, and Best Mobile Banking App. In a statement released today, Scotiabank highlighted that these awards reaffirm its leadership in digital innovation and client experience. Country Manager Nafisa Gaffour expressed pride in the recognition, emphasizing the bank's commitment to expanding its digital services for customers. "We are proud to be recognized for our digital leadership with these prestigious awards," Gaffour stated. "Over the past few years, we have invested significantly in our digital transformation, ensuring that both corporate and retail clients benefit from secure, fast, and convenient solutions. This success is driven by our employees, who continue to deliver world-class digital options and an even better banking experience for our clients. We remain committed to innovation and thank our clients for their continued trust and confidence in us." The Global Finance Best Digital Bank Awards are among the most respected in the financial industry, with winners evaluated based on their digital strategy, success in driving user adoption, growth in digital users, breadth of services, measurable benefits from digital initiatives, and excellence in design and functionality. As digital banking continues to evolve at a rapid pace, financial institutions around the world are embracing AI, cloud technology, and mobile-first strategies to deliver seamless, secure, and highly personalized experiences, said Joseph D. Giaraputo, founder and editorial director of Global Finance. The winners of Global Finance's 2025 World's Best Digital Bank Awards exemplify the innovation and leadership shaping the future of banking. In addition to its achievements in Guyana, Scotiabank also secured the title of Best Corporate Digital Bank 2025 in several Caribbean nations, including the Bahamas, Barbados, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Turks and Caicos. Furthermore, it was recognized as Best Consumer Digital Bank in the Bahamas, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Turks and Caicos. The Scotia Caribbean app was also awarded Best Mobile Banking App across these countries, including Barbados. Dexroy McGarrell charged with dangerous driving. Dexroy McGarrell, a 29-year-old resident of Bachelor's Adventure, has been charged with dangerous driving following his arrest on Tuesday. The incident involved motorcar #PAB2147, which McGarrell was driving at the time. On Thursday, McGarrell appeared before Senior Magistrate Sunil Scarce at the Vigilance Magistrates Court, where the charge was formally read. He pleaded guilty to the offense and was fined $50,000. This case highlights the ongoing efforts by law enforcement to address traffic violations and ensure road safety in the region. ALP urges government to improve conditions in public schools. The leader of the Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity, ALP, has issued a strong statement calling on the government to urgently address the conditions of public schools and training facilities across the nation. Emphasizing the importance of a safe and conducive learning environment, the ALP insists that Guyanese children deserve access to modern educational facilities that integrate technology and accessibility. In their statement, the ALP outlined key priorities for the government's plans to upgrade and build schools. Among the essential considerations are adequate space. Schools must feature well-lit environments that utilize both natural and artificial lighting. Ergonomic furniture. The provision of ergonomic chairs and desks is crucial for student comfort and well-being. Safety compliance. Schools should have compliant emergency exits, evacuation plans, fire extinguishers, and first aid kits readily available. Climate control. Proper ventilation and climate control systems are necessary for a comfortable learning atmosphere. Accessibility. Facilities must comply with the Persons with Disabilities Act to ensure that all students, including those with disabilities, have access and accommodations. Connectivity. Reliable internet and Wi-Fi access are essential for modern education. Clean water. Schools must provide clean, potable water for students. The ALP stressed that no child should be forced to learn in poor conditions, asserting that the future of Guyana hinges on the quality of education provided today. Over the next 5 years, the party plans to advocate vigorously for improved educational policies and hold the government accountable for delivering significant changes within the education system. The time to act is now, the ALP leader stated. We must ensure safe schools, clean water, and modern classrooms for every child in Guyana. Our children's future depends on it. CID videographer provides critical evidence in ongoing 2020 election fraud trial. Day 4 of the election fraud trial related to the 2020 general and regional elections focused on forged signatures, with 3 police officers testifying in court. Notably, Romario Campbell, a videographer from the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, of the Guyana Police Force, presented crucial video evidence recorded during interviews conducted by Deputy Crime Chief Mitchell Caesar. Campbell confirmed that he recorded interviews with Claremont Mingo, the then returning officer for Electoral District 4, and PNC/our executive member Carol Smith-Joseph at CID headquarters in August 2020. The prosecution tendered the video evidence, which was played in court. During the interview, Mingo was questioned about the authenticity of his signature on controversial election declarations. A key moment in the testimony centered around an incident on March 5, 2020, when Mingo made a declaration from the balcony of the Ashman's building while the tabulation of statements of poll, SOPs, was still ongoing. This premature announcement led to strong objections from representatives of various political parties. Subsequently, a document bearing what appeared to be Mingo's signature was published on the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, website, along with a signature attributed to senior PNCR official Volda Lawrence. Additionally, a second declaration dated March 13, 2020, surfaced during the investigation, allegedly signed by Mingo and bearing a second signature believed to be that of Smith-Joseph. Both documents were presented to Mingo during his interview, where he was again questioned about the authenticity of the signatures. Prosecutor Lachmi Rahamith emphasized the significance of Campbell's testimony, stating, "Now we saw his answers in relation to that allegation, so this forms an essential part of the prosecution's case that has now been placed before the court." Campbell's evidence concluded during the morning session, and the defense did not pose questions, focusing instead on the content of the video recordings. In the afternoon, CID officers Kevin Brown and David Samnarine provided additional testimony regarding their roles in the 2020 interviews with defendants Carol Smith-Joseph and Volda Lawrence. Brown served as the scribe, while Samnarine handled the video recordings. The court reviewed the 2 key declarations from March 5 and March 13, both published on GECOM's website and shown to the defendants during their interviews. When questioned, Carol Smith-Joseph invoked her legal right to silence. Rahamith noted that the defense will have the opportunity to cross-examine Samnarine in the next session. This high-profile case continues on Friday, September 19th, and will proceed throughout the following week.